Hello students, today we'll learn how the American real estate bubble impacts your investments in India. Now, if I were to say that the home prices in the US impacts your investments in India, you'll probably turn around and ask me to go and take a walk. But the fact of the matter is, there is actually a link between the two, and we have reached a stage where the link perhaps matters more than it ever did. So let's get into understanding this. Now, during the COVID-19 crisis, the Federal Reserve of the United States, that is the American Central Bank, it started to print a lot of money, a hell lot of money. Definitely first to take care of the economic slowdown, and then you can say the economic contraction because of the spread of the pandemic. So their idea was to drive down interest rates because if if the interest rates are lowered, then people were expected to borrow more and spend money. Now, if we see on a 30-year home loan in the US, it fell to as low as 2.65% in early Jan 2021. Now, compared to that, if you consider the time frame of April 2022, the home prices in the US, I'm quoting this as per the S&P 20 City Composite Home Price Index. Now, that particular index went up by 21.2%. That went by 21.2%. Now, this is in comparison to April to 2021, means exactly 1 year back. Now, that home prices have been rising at more than 17% year on year, you can say, in the US. Now, this kind of price rise wasn't even seen during the bubble of 2017, 7 or 8. That is the Lehman crisis and all. Now, the straight impact of this price rise, that the home price rise will be on rising home rents. Now, the median rent in the US as of May 2022, it was 23.2% higher than what it was back in May 2020. And if we consider or compare that with May 2021 figure, it's 15.5% higher. So this rise in home rentals, it encourages the retail inflation, right? Now, if I quote the Economist, it puts out that the rising housing cost, they have already accounted for 40% of the monthly increase in the CPI. Now, what is CPI? CPI is Consumer Price Index, basically, which measures the retail inflation, right? Now, if we consider the May 2022 figure, it has been widely circulated across the globe that the retail inflation in the US, it stood at 8.6. Now, this is the highest since December 1981, when it was 8.9, right? Now, that increase in the home rents, people are demanding the increase in salaries and wages also. So, in this particular scenario, it has become very important for the Federal Reserve to control the housing price, at least to control the pace with which it has been going on. Because he can't do much about the high prices because of the Russian Ukraine crisis. So what Federal Reserve had decided to do is it has decided to gradually withdraw some of the money that it had printed, or you can say it had pumped into the financial system between 2020 and 2021. Now it is expected, and the Fed expects to suck out close to $1 trillion, or even more than $1 trillion. So that you can say basically brings an end to the era of easy money, right? So along with that, the Fed is basically also planning to raise the federal funds rate, that is the short-term interest rates. So what, because if we go by the theoretical point of view, if the Fed keeps on sucking out the money, the interest rates on the home loans will keep going on, and this will hopefully drive down the demand for fresh homes, and the price rise of the homes will also stabilize. Now, as the home price inflation cools down, the rental inflation will also cool down, and in turn, you can say it will also cool down the retail inflation. I mean, that's the theory, right? What will happen in reality? That's a different ball game altogether. Now, when it comes to India, so as I've mentioned a few minutes back, that the era of easy money and the rising interest rates in the US, that era has ended, and the era of rising interest rates have begun in the United States, and it will definitely have an impact on the investments in India. You already know that the FIIs, that is the foreign institutional investors, they have already sold Indian stocks of approximately 2.56 trillion between October 2021 and July 1st, you can say, this year. Now, this has led to the value of investments in stocks, equity mutual funds, and ULIPs. They all are falling. Now, if you consider the repercussions, as the FIIs sell out of India, they convert the rupees into dollars, right? Now, this is leading to a surge in the demand for the dollar, and that surge is causing a drop in the value of the rupee. Now, $1 is currently worth around more than 79 rupees, and it was worth around 74.5 back in the beginning of 2022. So it took just 6 months uh, to have an increase of around, you can say, 5 rupees, approximately 5 rupees. So this makes life expensive for those looking to study abroad, as well as those who are planning for a foreign holiday. It also makes the imports expensive or costlier, right? Now, as the Fed is raising the interest rates, the RBI, that is the Reserve Bank of India, they will have also, they'll do the same, I can say. They'll do the same. Now, by doing the same, this will push up the interest rates on loans as well as deposits in India, right? So people with loans are likely to end up paying higher EMIs, whereas people with deposits, they are likely to earn a higher interest. So it's apt to say that it's the old cliche goes, like when America sneezes, the whole world catches cold. So we have to prepare for that cold. Let's see what happens in the future. Thank you so much. Let's catch up for our next session on an interesting topic. Thank you so much.